Next, I'm off to visit the scientific section. The blood DNA samples have been sent to Queensland Health for analysis, so I'm going to investigate some of the other procedures that can be carried out while the blood work DNA analysis is being processed. I'm here with Senior Sergeant Kemp in the blood splash room. What can you tell us about this room?
This room is housed within the scientific section in our offices, and we use this room for two purposes. One is to train our people in blood pattern interpretation to become experts in that field, and secondly we use it for the reconstruction of blood pattern in scenes and things that we see at crime scenes. We then try and reconstruct events within this room.
A report will be prepared based on the analysis of the DNA evidence. If there are any other aspects that are in doubt, the scientific officers can reconstruct the crime scene in this blood splash room. In this case, the Royal Brisbane Hospital has confirmed that the victim was stabbed 2 times in the abdomen, which matches the bloodstain pattern analysis at the crime scene. The next task in the scientific department is to try to track down the type of shoe that the offender was wearing. So, the images of the shoe impression taken from the windowsill at the crime scene have been forwarded electronically to the scientific section. Senior Sergeant Cook is going to take me how it's processed using SICAR.
SICAR is the shoe print image capture and retrieval system. It's a program that we've purchased to be able to capture, retrieve, store, code and compare shoe sole information. The primary purpose is to compare unknown crime scene images with our reference databases, and currently we have greater than 16,000 shoe sole images on those databases. Here we have the image of the crime scene impression, and what we do once we receive that information is upload it onto the program. Once we've chosen the most appropriate codes for what the pattern that we see on the base of the shoe sole impression here, we conduct a search against the reference databases. Once we do that, it will bring up a number of matches. We can scroll through and identify the most appropriate match, and we can see here that the crime scene image has been identified as a Brooks Beast or Ariel shoe. The make is Brooks and the model is Beast or Ariel. The program provides us information in relation to model sharing. So Brooks have developed 2 shoes that have the same sole pattern, so we must provide information that it could be either of those 2 models of shoes. It also provides us information in relation to what season and what year that particular shoe was manufactured, and it gives you photographs of the different sides, the sole, the upper, and also an impression, a test impression, so that we can see what an impression may look like based on that shoe sole. Once we've finished that, we generate what we call a SICAR evidence report, which has all that information on it, and then we forward that electronically to the investigators for their intelligence and to go out when they're searching suspects or offenders' homes.
Okay, so now we're confident that we know what type of shoe the impression belongs to. That's enough evidence to get the suspect into custody. His shoes have been retrieved for further examination in the hope that more compelling evidence can be obtained from them, such as the complainant's blood or anything else that could link him to the crime scene. So we've come to a dead end. There's no blood on the shoes. Where have we come to now, and what are we hoping to find?
Okay, so further analysis can be done with the shoes that we believe may have been worn by the suspect at the scene. We have an impression in blood and also in dirt at the scene, and we want to try and look at the suspect's shoes and see if there's anything that we can compare with the crime scene impressions. So we bring the suspect's shoe in here, we take photographs of it, we make test impressions of the shoe, and then we make a comparison of that with the photographs or any moulds or gel lifts that are taken from the crime scene, see if there's any characteristics that are similar in nature, and then form an opinion as to whether that shoe may have caused that impression. The scientific officer has managed to determine that that shoe did cause that impression based on the features located within the crime scene impression.
That's another match with the shoe, but what about the t-shirt that was found at the scene? This is now ready to be examined.